When Laura texted, "Don't call me," I just stared at the screen. The glow of the message lit up my office like an accusation. Every letter felt sharp, deliberate, like she wanted to cut the last thread holding us together. My fingers moved before my brain did, replying with, "Then don't come back." I didn't mean it. Not really. But something inside me cracked. A quiet, internal snap that didn't echo, didn't sting right away, but changed everything. We'd been married 7 years. 7 years that began with laughter echoing through our apartment and ended with conversations that barely filled a minute. We used to talk for hours about travel, kids, our future house. Lately, we couldn't decide what to eat without turning it into a battlefield. She kept saying I didn't understand her, that I wasn't listening. Maybe she was right. Or maybe I was just exhausted from always being the one trying to hold things together, while she drifted further and further away. That morning had been another mess. Another argument over nothing. She walked out without saying goodbye. I wanted to tell her I had been listening for months, maybe years, waiting for something from her other than criticism and coldness. But I said nothing. I just watched her leave. Her scent lingered longer than her presence. Hours later, her message arrived. I expected something heated or maybe an apology. But "don't call me," it felt like a door slamming shut. So I slammed one back. Or tried to. But the regret I was expecting didn't come. Not immediately. Instead, what filled the room was a silence so heavy it felt like it had weight, like it was sitting on my chest. The kind of silence you hear only after you stop running after someone who's already halfway gone. I thought that was it. That we'd finally reached the point of no return. Then my phone rang. Once. Twice. Again. Over and over. Her name flashing on the screen like an alarm. At first I couldn't make sense of it. Was she angry? Panicking? Trying to reverse the damage? I let it go to voicemail 3 times before I finally picked up. "Yes," I answered, though what came out sounded colder than I intended. I heard breathing on the other end, shaky, uneven. The kind of breathing people have when they're trying hard not to cry. Then she said, voice trembling, "Please don't say things like that. You didn't mean it." I didn't respond. Not right away. I was waiting for her to explain why she texted what she did. Why she'd been pushing me away for months. But she didn't offer an explanation. Instead, she whispered, "Can I come home?" That should have been easy to answer. It wasn't. All the nights she turned away from me in bed. The excuses, the sudden distance, the way she stiffened when I touched her, they all rushed back like a flood. "Why now?" I finally asked. She stayed silent for a moment. Then I heard it. That small, broken voice she only used when she knew she'd crossed a line. "Because I made a mistake." It felt like someone dumped ice water down my spine. She didn't say the words I cheated, but she didn't have to. I'd seen everything change. The late nights, the sudden secrecy, the unfamiliar perfume. The way she guarded her phone like her life depended on it. I told myself I was imagining things. But hearing her say she'd made a mistake ripped away whatever was left of my denial. "Who?" I asked. Her breath shuddered. A small sob slipped out. "It's over. I ended it. I swear. Just, please let me come home." I leaned back, staring at the ceiling, heart thudding. For months I'd felt like I was begging her to notice me. Now she was begging me. But it didn't feel like justice. It didn't feel like anything except empty. "I don't know, Laura," I said quietly. "Maybe you should stay wherever you were planning to go." The line went dead silent. Then she whispered, "Please don't do this to me." The irony almost made me laugh. "To you?" As if I hadn't been the one twisting myself into knots for months. As if she hadn't already done this to us. That night, sleep avoided me completely. Her voice, "Please don't do this to me," kept replaying in my mind, as though she'd somehow made herself the one who was hurt. I sat by the window of our apartment on Highland Avenue in Madison, watching the lights outside flicker out one by one, thinking about how something that once felt like home now felt like a stranger's house. 7 years, and we had become nothing but 2 people carrying the same memories but living different lives. Around midnight, my phone buzzed again. A message. "I'm outside. Please just talk to me." I stayed still for a moment, breathing, thinking, feeling everything and nothing at the same time. Then I finally stood up. Part of me wanted to see her, to stand there, look straight into her eyes and hear her say the truth. Maybe I wanted some kind of closure, Or maybe I just needed to see what betrayal looked like up close. But the other part of me, the exhausted part that had been stretched thin for far too long, didn't want any more explanations. Didn't want any more stories. Didn't want any more pain. But curiosity, it won in the end. I walked to the door and opened it. She stood there small and shaken, arms wrapped tightly around her body like she was trying to keep herself from falling apart. Her mascara was smeared, her eyes swollen and red. For a moment, just a single fragile moment, she looked like the woman I used to know. The woman I once trusted. The woman I would have done anything for. "I messed up," she said immediately, as if rehearsing it on the way over. Then the rest came pouring out. "I thought he cared about me. I thought you didn't." Her voice cracked in the middle, and something twisted inside me. It wasn't rage. It wasn't sympathy. It was this deep, dull ache. A quiet sadness that felt heavier than anger ever could. "And now," she whispered, her voice trembling, "now I see what I lost. I lost you." A few months ago those words might have broken me. They might have made me pull her close, tell her we could try again, promise things we both knew would only delay the inevitable. But too much had happened. Too many nights spent talking to someone who wasn't really there. Too many mornings waking up beside a stranger. Too many moments wondering why I wasn't worth her effort. Somewhere along the way, I learned how to get by without her. I learned to live in the silence she created. And slowly, painfully, I stopped needing anything from her. "I loved you, Laura," I said quietly. "But I can't keep loving someone who only realized my worth after she threw it away." Tears streamed down her face as she reached out, fingers trembling, reaching for my hand like it was her last lifeline. But I stepped back. I couldn't let her hold me again. Not when she only wanted me now that I was walking away. "Don't call me," I said softly, using her own words, the one she once sent like a knife through my chest. "This time, I mean it." She froze. Her eyes widened slightly, as if she had just understood the weight behind what I said. And before she could speak again, I closed the door. Not with anger, not with bitterness, just a calm finality. A door closing on a chapter that should have ended long ago. For the first time in years, I felt something loosen inside me. Relief. Space. Freedom. I walked back toward the window, feeling lighter with every step. And of course, right on cue, the phone began to ring again, urgent, desperate, too late. I picked it up, looked at her name glowing on the screen, then slowly turned it face down. And just like that, the noise finally stopped.